Hi, my name is Akshat Pagadre, and in this video, I'm going to show a demo of how I ran my CS441 MapReduce assignment on Amazon EMR. For this assignment, we are going to need two things from AWS. The first is Amazon S3 bucket, and the second will be Amazon EMR. Starting with the buckets. Here I have created two folders. One contains the jar files and the second is the log files. These are the files that we will be needing for running the code on EMR. In jar files, basically I have the fat jar of the code that I wrote in Scala, and I'm going to use this third one since that is the most recent one that I used. And for the log files, I have 10 log files generated using the log file generator that was given to us in the project. They are ranging from 500 KB to 5.8 MB, as you can see here. Now, going over to the EMR cluster setup. Now, we are going to start with creating a cluster here. Click that button. Now, we can start it by naming something. Produce homework one, let's say. And okay, we are going to need to go to the advanced options since we'll have to configure things specific to the project. I'm going to select the EMR version 6.8 since it has Hadoop 3 available in it. Now we can click next, and then here we have to select the type of instances that we need for this project. I'm going to use one master node and two core nodes. This should do, and I'll just click on Spot since that will be cheaper. Now, this auto termination, this might be useful for some as it terminates the cluster if it is idle for some time. Now, let's say it is 10 minutes, and then yeah, we can move ahead. Uh, I'm going to name my cluster map reduce homework one. Then, yeah, we can move ahead now. Since I have no EC2 KPI setup, I'm just going to click on create cluster now. Uh, this process typically takes from 5 to 10 minutes. I'll be pausing the video for now and then resuming when it gets over. Our cluster is ready to execute the task now. We can move ahead and configure the steps. So steps in EMR are basically the tasks that we give to the clusters. For this project, we have like 4 tasks, and we are going to give them as inputs one by one. So we'll have total of 4 steps. Now, first we have to give the jar location. That is this file, third one. I'm going to select it, and the arguments goes like this. The first parameter is to be the name of the task that we are going to run. My task one is in package CS441 homework one, and the name is run task one. And the next one is the input of the input files, basically the log files. These are stored in the S3 bucket, so I have copied that to my clipboard. So these are the this is the input location, and the second argument will be the output folder. So that is output one. Let's say for the first task, that is output. The first task was basically to read the log files and uh, basically count the number of logs in each interval and print those intervals with the log types and their count in a CSV format. Now I'm going to add it. Then we can go on and add the second step for the task 2. I had made a mistake here in the second task, so I'm re-recording that task again. Uh, now, for the second task, we're going to give the input of jar file here. Then give the argument, uh, first argument, and task name, the input. So this task has basically two inputs. So the first is the main input and the second is mid input. So basically what it does is it has two map reduce jobs. We have to like read the logs and then produce a decreasing order sorted list of the logs which for the error logs which match the pattern, and we count those logs in a interval and keep a count of that and basically output the count in a decreasing order. So for this job we have used two MapReduce jobs, and the input of the the output of the first MapReduce job goes as an input to the second MapReduce job. So that will be mid input. So let's see, uh, output to mid, and like this will be the input to the second job, then output 2. Now we can add it. So this takes typically 10 to 15 seconds to complete. We can go on and set up a third task. So the third task was basically counting all the log types and uh, writing them to the context of the reducer and then showing them as a CSV file. So like we had like 4 log types and we simply had to give a count of them. So like error had like 100 or something, and debug had something a count in front of them. We can give an input here. HW1 package name run task 3 input and our output. So we'll wait for them to complete and add our fourth task. So the fourth task is basically um, counting the maximum length of the pattern that matches with our given pattern and outputting them in a CSV file. So it takes just one map reduce job, and the mapper basically uh, ta- uh, uh, gives the output of the length of the pattern to outputs the length of the pattern to the reducer, and the reducer just uh, picks the max of all those values and just writes it to the context. Uh, work one and task 4, then input to log files, then our output give it in the output 4 folder. Uh, I gave a wrong input as of the task name here for the task 3. So I'm going to run it again. I missed a dot here. Now this should work. Let's check the bucket. So we can see output 1 and 2 have come here. So let's see the output of part or task 1. So as we can see, it has outputted the interval and the error type and the number of uh, uh, logs of that type in the uh, CSV format. And this is all the like 3600 uh, values. Now let's see for output 2. Yeah, so we can see for even for output 2 in the sorted order for every interval it has given it in this file. That worked perfectly. And now let me see, output 3 still hasn't completed. Yeah. Okay, we'll see output 4 now. That was the last task of getting the maximum length of pattern for each type. Yeah, so as we can see, for each type it has given for debug at 61, error 37, 469, 163. Okay, let's see if it has finished the third job. Yeah, it has. Now the third job. Yeah, so let's see, it has given the count of all the log types here in this file. So that was all the jobs that I was supposed to run, and yeah, that's all for this video.